What is up, y'all? Hopefully, the on-screen chat. Okay, so Twitch we have. Twitch we have. Freaking YouTube is not. Oh, wait, maybe. No live streams found for Pond, but what the fuck, man? That's not right. Alright, whatever. We're just gonna sign in. We're going to do this live. Alright, give me my... We're going to do this. We're just going to do it live, I suppose. Oh, give me fucking... Go, copy this, put it over to here. Okay. There we go. Alright, now, we close this. We reload. Whilst being live. Okay, I'm sorry YouTube chat, but it's just not going to work today for some reason. I tried to install a new version because this did not work, but it's just not working today. So I don't know. It's probably related to how I didn't actually end yesterday's, and now it's probably bugged out and fucked up, which is my bad. I've restarted the computer multiple times. I've now gone and reset the connection, and it's still not doing so. I apologize. YouTube chat's not going to be up on the screen today. Hopefully we'll be able to fix that by Monday. And that's annoying. Anyways, hope y'all are doing well. Huh. My holy shirt. Anyways, let's see. What do we want to play? I think it would be good at this point to do lip trills. Let's do lip trills. Something like Bum to 106 I like. No accent. Yeah. Now is it working? Now we have YouTube chat, I think. Okay. Whatever. It only took it 3 minutes of being live to establish the connection that should have been there literally an hour ago when I set it up. But anyways. That's kind of a trill. Hey, that felt pretty good for first one of the day. What's up, Professor? Yo, good to see you, my dude. Happy Friday to ya. Cheers, brother. I'll drink to that. Hope you're having a good one. Why did Twitch wait nearly 5 minutes to notify me? Something's going on. I don't know. It took the YouTube chat like 5 minutes to connect to the on-screen chat thing, even though I scheduled the stream for like at like 10:15, I think, or so, somewhere in there. So there's been something fucky going on. As long as we've got green connection, 0 as of now, dropped frames, the mic is connected, camera's connected. I'm calling that a win for today. This is not going to be maybe one of the better streams of all time, but it is going to be one of the streams of all time. And I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you found your way, despite technology trying to do everything it could to prevent you. The trills kind of work, though. In an era where the internet and digital services are failing, what you can count on, that's your lip trills, brother. Hell yeah, brother. Oh, jeez. One thing I need to get better about in these trills is breaking into them quickly. For example, the alto trombone concerto I'm looking at has a lot of trills and a lot of really short trills. They're like an eighth note in. So I really need to be good at popping in and out very quickly. And right now I'm not, like, at all. what's up, Empire? We are indeed, we're doing very, very fast, very short slurs at the moment. That is indeed the truth. Lip trills, lip slurs, not inflammatory racial or homophobic slurs or anything like that. We're doing musical slurs, which are positive. Slur, parentheses, positively complimentary, close parentheses, something. Yeah, so you can only use that joke so many times though, because like, you know, at some point it is just the term for it. But yes, good to see you, dude. Hope you're doing well. I'll tell you, I was listening to some of the stuff from the other that y'all recommended. Ghana El Hawa, I listened to, and I did enjoy it. I thought it was good. I need to, like I say, listen to it again when I can actually focus on it instead of when I'm, focused on cooking. I started listening to Off Layla Way Layla, but then I realized that was like 45 minutes long and I didn't have the time. So then I went on to Professor. I believe you recommended Donadon by Bloodywood. And I gotta tell you, so I started off and I was like, I am not really like in the mood for this because I was cooking and I was, just kind of vibing, chilling. And for the first minute, I was like, not really into it. But then it started actually getting into it. I started shaking my head, bobbing my head, shaking my butt, and I was like, well, okay. This is kind of like exactly the metal that I really like. I don't give a shit about the lyrics or story or anything like that. If it's got a good beat, if it's got a good flow, and it's got like that pulsing it, like I love when it breaks into the triplet, as invariably most speed metal type songs will have a triplet feel section. It was very well done. It was really, really good. I really enjoyed it. Appreciate the suggestion. Quite enjoyable. Even though I really don't listen to a whole lot of like metal, speed metal, anything like that nowadays. It's usually more easy listening and like acoustic, indie, sort of, I guess, just easy listening kind of stuff. But for a change of pace, for a new flavor, it was definitely a good one. A little spicy, a little I don't know. It's actually not too bad. I need to do higher trills, is what I need to do. That's not even the right pitch. Close. maybe I don't need to do... Okay, I don't know why YouTube did not like Holy Camel, but we need to... you know what? We're going to pin that one. Holy Camel! Because I forgot. But I definitely don't want to forget. I have a spot on my lip that I bit again a couple days ago, and it's really not, it's not nearly as bad as it was months back whenever I like just couldn't play for a week. But it's like right here on the top. So doing these high lip trills is really uncomfortable. Should be getting better. Yo, M. Door, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're having a great day. Appreciate you stopping by. I think I want to look at this excerpt. I was perusing. Oh, also, AGEFFAG. It's part of the song. Before we get into the excerpts, let's see. AGE. Yeah. Unless it's like you know, dealing with octaves. Want to ask, what's your favorite and least favorite emoji? Least favorite, honestly, I have no idea, just because I don't know all of them. I don't know any of them. I really don't. I don't know. There's so many that I feel like I would not be able to properly say what my least favorite. My most favorite, at least by use. Let's see. Because, I mean, my girlfriend and I are most of my texting. So, like, it's mostly kissy faces, hearts, the, you know, little love hearts and smile and stuff. I do really like this one, because it's just kind of like, what's up? How y'all doing? Like, vibe on. I like that. I like the laughy face where he's like, he's got tears in his eyes. Few of those, you know, anything that's like laughing or smiling or anything, because that's how I text is how I talk. So like if I'm doing the Holy Camel, hey, that's a good one. If I'm doing you know, if I'm writing out a text and I want to include some like facial expressions, some emojis, usually it's like haha, you know, we're just kidding, or you know, it's all good, sort of a thing, because that's really difficult to convey through the text, so that's why I use emojis to. So probably those, honestly, like laughy, smiley, and then this guy. Yeah, the Holy Camel might be a contender. It might be a contender. I've never actually used it, but I need to start. So I've been looking at Der Freischütz. Apologies for my pronunciation, but the horn duo, duet / quartet is absolutely phenomenal. I want to play the fourth horn part, and maybe look at some of the others too, because I love listening to this. This would be a really good one to record all four parts and put together in a compilation, sort of play with myself. Anyways, want to compose Arabic music. Is that saying that you want to, or are you asking if I do? Because I have no idea where I would even begin with. I don't know how to compose Western music, let alone Arabic music. I certainly would be, if I had the time, you know, that sounds like a lot of fun, but I don't even know where I would begin, you know? Horn in C. Der Freischütz is in horn in C. So it starts on an E. Concert E is B, because it's in G major, or the G major arpeggio. Arabic music riff that I compose. Absolute dude, if you put something together and like put it in Discord or something like that, want me to take a look? Absolutely. Absolutely. That sounds like fun. And like what I'm trying to do, the words are not working. I'm switching from music to words and it takes a minute. But one thing that I want to get really good at, better at, sort of flex my skills is reading new stuff. So sort of what I'm doing with the Friyay, I've never actually read this excerpt before, so I'm trying to read this one out, the solo pieces for tuba and alto trombone, trying to read through those, some etudes and stuff. So if you write something, put something together, I would love to read it. I absolutely would. Absolutely. So let's see, let's figure out just, because a concert E, I know that's a B. I know that's a B. I don't know why it screwed me up so hard. That's not too bad. Dear Horn Guy, guess what is my third language? Oh my goodness. Holy cow. So I'm assuming Arabic 1, English 2. Third, I'm trying to gather anything I can from your picture. It's seems to be a flag that I do not recognize, and I do not know where it would be. I'm assuming probably Northern Africa to the Middle East, somewhere in there. So I would say my guess is I'm leaning towards like Spanish because of like North Africa, Iberian Peninsula. There's a lot of overlap in that sort of geographic and linguistic sense, I believe. Could be anything. It's not even a real flag. Well, that's gonna throw me off even more. Holy moly! Ah, jeez. Because like I'm thinking of like the big ones: Spanish, French, like German, Italian, European. But then non-European would be, I mean, Punjab, Hindi, something like sort of more Southeast Asia. Middle Eastern would be Arabic. Is Farsi a thing? Not Spanish, so that makes sense. Is it something stupid like Esperanto? Are we talking about like fucking man-made Esperanto? There's no way, right? I may require a hint. I don't know if I have quite enough information to go on. Dang. I need to work on that one. Okay. Not made up. No conlang. Not in Europe or Africa. Asian and 3 guesses. All right. I would say in Asia. Dang. Because I was trying to think like my first 3 guesses, and these are not my guesses, but I was going to say like Korean, Japanese, Chinese, and that would be between that. That's more than like 1.5 billion people, and like probably somewhere in there. But I don't know because I feel like I don't know. I think I'm gonna say Japanese. Yeah, you're right there on the same wavelength as I was at, Professor. I think I'm gonna say Japanese. Does Russian count as Asian? Because most of it is in Asia. I was thinking maybe with some like North African, Middle Eastern, Europe, like influence. Maybe there could be some. Not Japanese, huh? All of Russia is in Asia? I'm pretty sure that's not true. Doesn't it span 2 continents? I thought that was the whole thing. Whereas Western Russia was technically Eastern Europe. My vote goes for Korean. Honestly, I would say the same, just because like Korea definitely is. I think it's like one of the easier Hangul. Like the Hangul is decently easy to learn and speak and read. And then also the Korean cultural influence has been massive these past few years. That's I would second. I second Korean as well. And then for the third, if it's not that, I would just say something like Kazakh or something way out of left field. I have no idea. Not Korean either. Holy moly. Holy moly. Dang. I all right, maybe not actually Kazakh. That might not be my actual guess. Because like I was gonna think of like where's the major population centers? Korea, Japan, China, India for Asia, right? So it's not Korean, it's not Japanese. Cantonese could be. It is Chinese. It is Chinese. Okay, all right, dude, that's awesome. That's crazy. I've heard Chinese is like depending in either any dialect is like very difficult to learn. Because there's not intonation, but what am I thinking of? Like pitch and other sort of indicators for like it's just very nuanced. 4th and 5th language. You got 4th and 5th languages too. Holy cow! Tonals. Thank you. Belushi and Sherry. I've never even heard of. I know Jim Belushi. That's a bad joke. Let's see. Baluchi language. Northwestern Iranian language. Yo, for real. I've never heard of that. That's crazy. And then Sherry. Also known as Jibali, is a modern South Arabian. Okay. All right. That's crazy. along with the 3 island varieties of something I can't pronounce, comprises the eastern branch of modern South Arabian. Huh. The Jabali language of Oman. An endangered indigenous language of Oman. Really? Yo, that's freaking crazy. That's wild. Discovered by well, look. If one of your languages is only spoken by like a very small number of people in the mountainous and coastal regions of Oman, like that's kind of you kind of told on yourself there. Oh, Sherry is not that one. It's a dialect. Okay, it's a dialect of the Baluchi. As in not the Arabian one, but the dialect of Baluch. Okay, all right. I think I'm picking up what you're putting down, where it's not an actual distinct. It's so there's Baluchi, and then underneath the umbrella is the Sheri. And I apologize for my pronunciation. I know it's awful, but that's really freaking cool, dude. All I have is English, and that's a very tenuous grasp at that. That's really freaking cool, dude. I fucking love language, though. Like, I would love to learn a language, but I just don't think I would be able to, like, consistently, like, practice, sort of immerse myself. It's not bad. You just forgot to pronounce the H. Okay, so because this is where my anglicization, my English-speaking background comes into play. That would be a silent H in English, but you're saying it's more like shehri, like you would pronounce the H in that? Shehri something, perhaps? Or did I make it worse? Did I just, is that actually did I actually, use a slur? Did you debate me? I sure hope not. Imagine being monolingual. Fair. Honestly, like it's fair. It's not. It's the failure of the American school system for one thing. But that's really. I honestly, I never would have known. I appreciate that, dude. But I took Spanish in high school. I think I've told this before on stream, but it was the teacher was lovely. She was a first-time teacher and kind of a pushover. So in 2 semesters of Spanish class, because me and like 3 other people actually wanted to learn, and the other 25 kids were just like trying to fuck off and get an easy A. So they kind of derailed the class for everyone. Between 2 semesters, we got through the first semester book. So we got 2 credits for only really doing 1 semester's worth of instruction, which was kind of really garbage. And that was the only option I had at the small high school I went for any sort of language, unless I wanted to take like Latin online. And that sure would have helped me if ever I ran across an ancient Roman in the wild, but otherwise, not really good for someone who wants like to actually learn a language. Latin was not really, and it would extrapolate to other Romance languages and stuff, but just not really, didn't really interest me. My in-school options were French, Japanese, and Spanish. Dude, I would have loved to have any of those. I would have loved to have French or Japanese. I dated a girl in high school who took Italian in high school at one of the bigger schools a couple towns over. She goes to a different school. You wouldn't know her. But I thought that was really cool too. I go to a Chinese mini mart far away to practice my Chinese. Dude, that's freaking cool. That's awesome. Dude, I love that. I actually, so I want to, between now and the end of the month, learn a little bit of Spanish, like trying, because I'm going to Costa Rica for the 2nd year in a row. and I would like to be able to talk a little bit in the native tongue when I travel. So that's going to be maybe a little bit, throw it on the pile. I took 2 college ASL classes. Yo, I love ASL. I know I could. Thank you. I do, and I can read it a lot better than I would be able to speak it or understand it. I know that's saying so. This conjugating, I can practice it here. But that I don't think that would. It wouldn't go very well. But ASL, I knew a girl in high school whose first language was ASL because her parents were deaf. She is hearing, and her first language was signing. That was really, really interesting. Her second language was English. Thought that was cool. My school options were none. We had no options at school, for real. So that's just all like picked up regionally and curiosity, your own learning. That's freaking awesome, dude. Guess what this means in French? Je pète. Hold on, because I know je is like, it's just an article, right? So it's just like or the or something. I don't know what pit is, because like pate is something different, and did you just say you farted in French? Empire, what are we doing? I like a good fart joke. I do like a good fart joke. Alright, we're gonna look at differentiates later. I need to work on some other stuff. Let's do honestly, the tuba concerto. Je parlais le français un peu, je fais le coiffure. Totally. Can you make a sound that's like womp wompity womp? Maybe. Let me see. Trying to do like a something like. I'm not even gonna. I have no frame of reference for what any of that could possibly mean. unless it's also I fart or I farted in Cantonese as well, Mandarin, whichever dialect it could be. No clue. Every day I eat rice? Hey, that's actually like, honestly, for me at one point in my life, that was also true. And once I get my dang kitchen redone, finally finished, and I'm able to cook in it, it's going to be true again for me as well, because I got to tell you, there are few better breakfasts for me personally. Leftover rice, Jasmine preferred, and just scramble up a couple of eggs in there. Just call it rice and eggs, maybe some greens from the garden or green onions, whatever you happen to have on hand, but like soy sauce, a little bit of sauce, something with it, and it's just so good. I love me some rice. Rice and things, man. Absolutely phenomenal. I could eat rice, beans, and chicken every day, and I have done so for pretty much a year. Dude, that's perfect. Honestly, I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you. Rice and beans are fucking delicious, first off. And then chicken, we actually just, we've been going to a local taco joint that also has a supermarket attached to it for a couple of weeks for their Taco Tuesdays because, and I may have mentioned this, they literally have 99-cent tacos on Tuesdays. And these are like good double tortilla, fully stuffed, like good street tacos. 99 cents each. You literally can't afford not to. So we've been going there, and they have some chicken, like leg quarters, just ready to go for put in the air fryer for like $4.50 for 3 big ass seasoned leg quarters. It's unreal. The prices of this place. I would feel bad, but like they seem to be doing a lot of business, so it must be working for them. But like, it is crazy. This day and age, and the year of our Lord 2026, 99-cent tacos? I don't think so, man. You can't even get that shit at Taco Bell. Like, what? And that's bad. I'm saying. And they also have a fajitas deal on Wednesdays. We tried that out this past Wednesday. They serve their fajita stuff, the peppers and onions, and I got it with some steak. Really good. But they served it, one of the options was over a cucumber salad. Just delightful and refreshing on a hot summer's day in Florida. Exactly what I needed. And it was really good for lunch the next day, too, let me tell you. I love that place. I really love that place. I must go for a period empire. Sad to see you go. Hope you have a great rest of your day. If I don't see you again, it's been really great having you hang out with us for the past little bit. Hope to see you again. Take care, buddy. And I will hopefully be able to listen to more of your recommendations over the weekend. That first page is coming along pretty not too badly. Still need to clean up the, like this is not, but this is the end of the first page, so that's not bad. I was doing some work yesterday in my third practice in the late afternoon, and my low stuff was really working. I had been doing, I sort of didn't know what to play, what to work on, so I just grabbed this book, Mastering the Horns Low Register, Randy C. Gardner, absolutely phenomenal. And I was just reading through some of the instruction part, because normally I just use it as like an excerpt book. But I was reading through, and I started doing some of the actual exercises in here, and I tell you what, it was really going well. What was I playing? Slides. I did slides. Maybe we'll work on some slides later. Those are really good to work on. I should write that down because I keep getting it wrong. Slow is fast. Slow is smooth, and smooth is fast. I need to practice what we preach, right? Here. So. Okay. You are a 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3. Okay, that feels better. All right, now it's starting to sound a little clean. A little bit clean. Still needs some polish, but that's not too bad. That is not too dang bad there, ladies and gentlemen, friends. Guys, gals, non-binary pals, and such. Honestly, I feel kind of good about that. I should reinforce. So it's da da da. Some of these fingerings, just because I forget them in the moment. That's it. That's it. Is I just need to have the reminders for the fingerings, because I know what these notes are. I just have to play them correctly. Okay. That's not too bad. Honestly, I kind of want to finish out the piece. If you'll allow me, I kind of want to work out some of the rest of this piece, because it gets really cool. I just need to figure out. So that's an A. Concert A is an E. Concert G. No, that's wrong. Concert A. A is an E. A is an E. And that's not a G. Duh. It's a B. It's a B, which is F sharp. Yes, that is correct. So it's it's got F sharps. This is in D. No, this is in E minor. No. No, this is in what is this key? Because F sharp minor is what it starts and ends in. You have E minor. It's not even E minor. It's G minor. Major? G major, E minor, yes. Yo, Henry, what's up, dude? Good to see you, my friend. Sorry, I'm going around the circle of fifths in my head, and I'm getting nowhere. Because I'm trying to figure out what key we are in. It's 1 sharp, horn in C, which means we add an additional sharp. So it's 2, which is B minor. B minor. B minor. I can work with that. I'm definitely getting dizzy. I've gone cross-eyed and don't even know what's happening anymore. Which way is up from bottom, from top to left, and G's or C's, and actually that one's true. A G for me is a concert C, but it's because it's a 4th up or a 5th down, and I try and do a 4th down or a 5th up, and I get It's different if you're playing like a B flat instrument, right? Because that way it's just like whoosh, you just do it. But for horn, because it's either but now I've got it backwards. Concert C. C is my G, so it's either 5th up or 4th down. And I'll, as I just tried to do, was get them backwards, where a C was B flat, which is an F. Yo, what is up? Per Tjarnstrom, I like pipe organ, but this is fun too. I also love a good pipe organ. I don't really have the space for it in my studio, but I'm glad you're here. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. We're working out a tuba concerto at the moment. So working out, it's horn in C, so transposing, and also in bass clef, which is not something I'm very good at. So. Nope, that's wrong. Sweden, hot dog. That's freaking cool. We've got people from all over the world coming and saying hey, and I fucking love it, dude. You can have it on your computer. That's true. That's true. I sure could, couldn't I? I was looking at getting a used like 88 key little electric piano over the summer to noodle around on because I need to practice and get back in the fall. I'm taking a full series of classes, including like sophomore level piano, because I took my freshman level piano 15 years ago in 2010, 2011. So if I just pick up with the sophomore level, I'm going to be woefully unprepared. So that's my summer, one of my summer plans. Throw it on the pile. So many summer plans, but maybe then we'll do some good heavy pipe organ stuff when I get it, and we can like mod the sound and all that. That'd be fun. I have a piano. Gonna try and tune it myself for real. Is that like that's not like Garage Springs where if you tune a piano you can like injure yourself pretty hard, right? It's not like you over tighten it and they pop and like slice your face in half, sort of a thing. Hopefully. Didn't they make a horror movie where in like the first 5 minutes there's a piano wire that like whoosh? You know what I'm talking? Am I imagining something? I feel like that was a thing. I've never seen it, but I remember hearing about it in high school, maybe middle school, and people were like, dude, it's so fucking sick. And I was like, well, okay. I'm not allowed to watch R-rated movies, guys, so. And also, I don't like that kind of stuff, but anyways. You can snap springs. Hopefully they're not as dangerous. Like Garage Springs, I know, are the ones that will literally slice you in half. Not familiar with any such movie. Maybe I am just hallucinating. Mythbuster did something with piano wire? I wonder if maybe Mythbusters was... Maybe that was a Mythbusters thing that I'm thinking of. It's fine. It might have been. I feel like it was like a horror movie set on a ship. I feel like I remembered the setting being like a ship, and there was some long piano wire that like snapped and did something like it sliced people as it went. I'm probably very, very wrong. Vividly remember a movie or TV show, but maybe it was just a dream I had. That's the worst. That's the worst. And actually, last night, I had a very vivid and realistic dream that was not fun. And I woke up feeling like it was real. Long story short, my girlfriend broke up with me in it, and I was very sad. And then I woke up just before she woke up, and then she was just like, "Hey, good morning. I love you." And I was like, "I mean, I love you too, but like, what happened? Like, are we good?" And of course, now we are good. But man, that's a shitty thing to wake up to. And when you like, I have vivid memories of dreams that I had as a kid for like, certain dreams that are just locked away in there forever. like there was one, I don't know if you remember the show Cat Dog. One fine day with a woof and a purr, a baby was born and it caused a little stir. No blue baby, no feline frog, feline canine, little cat dog, you know? And so I was one half of the cat dog, but then the other half was Disney's Hercules. So it was Pond Bird Hercules instead of cat dog. And we were like, it was like a Luigi's Mansion type setting, and we were like fighting ghosts or something. I don't even remember that. I just know so distinctly the feeling of being locked in a cat dog with Disney's Hercules, which is wild. I asked the internet once, and they just said Care Bears or gummy bears. Care Bears or gummy bears? Gummy Bears isn't even a show. Care Bears I can see. That's some nightmare fuel. I've dreamed 3 times about being the red Power Ranger. Yo, that's freaking dope. I wasn't allowed to watch Power Rangers as a kid. It was too violent. You know. Cat Dog was awesome though. Like those Nickelodeon cartoons are a lot of my childhood. I love that shit. And Disney Channel too. Maybe even more Disney Channel than Nick. I'm trying to think. Like obviously SpongeBob, Rugrats, those were Nickelodeon. Back in the day, honestly, freaking Bear in the Big Blue House, Roly Poly Oly, PB&J Otter. That was some good shit. Angry Beavers, I think, was a Nickelodeon. Didn't really do All Real Monsters. Didn't do Courage the Cowardly Dog. Codename Kids Next Door. Very, very good show. There was a gummy bear show. They would drink gummy juice and bounce all over the place. Oh my goodness. Well, that is my, I am just ignorant to the cultural goings on, as it turns out. I was just thinking, like, it could either be Care Bears show or Gummy Bears food. Because, like, you know, the internet doesn't actually know anything. Especially nowadays, you try and ask anything and it just hallucinates whatever you're thinking of anyway, so. Commentary. All right. No, G. That's it. So. I'm forgetting what I literally just worked on. This doesn't sound right to me. Let me. This might get slightly content ID matched, but I need to hear this. Here. And like here. Etc. etc. And then, okay. Okay. That's the bum 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 bum. The payoff that I wanted. I knew was there. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting somewhere. That is a G. Concert G is D. Okay. Maybe. One, two, trigger. 1, 2, 2, 2. Yeah, buddy. We're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere, and that sounds not terrible. Dare I say. Not too dang bad. And this is what I really like about this particular piece, and I think Ralph Vaughan Williams just in general, but like he really does these like, I don't know what it's reminiscent. It's reminiscent of like, in my mind, I picture indigenous peoples and Native Americans because I'm hearing Disney's Pocahontas in my ear as I'm sort of something like that is like, can you paint with all the colors of the wind type shit. You know what I mean? And that's kind of what I'm getting is this sort of like nature, indigenous peoples in turmoil, kind of in peril. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. It's been said that maybe I'm a weird dude. Let's just reinforce, make sure that we're not missing these. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah. Well. Let's go back real quick, since we're sort of going from, and this is another thing that I've not done often enough in my own practice, is starting from a position of comfort and extending and then moving out from there into an area of relative discomfort or unfamiliarity, right? So starting with the first bit of this concerto, decently got it under control, moving a little bit, and now going back to reinforce what we've done and what we've worked through, I think would be very good, because it's 12:20. It's almost 12:30 already, y'all. Y'all. When did that happen? That's not bad. That's so much fun to play. Honestly, like, the more I work on this piece, the more I'm absolutely just in love with this piece. It's so good. And if you haven't listened to the this is for all of y'all out there, take a listen to Rafe Vaughan Williams' Tuba Concerto second movement in F minor, or Tuba Concerto in F minor second movement. Because it'll sound better than this, that's for sure. But it's also just gorgeous. Oh my god. That felt fun. We're making music here today, ladies and gentlemen. I like that. Oh, I like that so much. I know I'm gushing, but like, to be fair, have you heard this? And it is a bit, it's a bit rubato. It's a little more rubato than I would want to play naturally, I think. And you know what? Let's actually put a metronome on. It's in 3, and it's at about 60. I can't hear the metronome through my headphones. All right. I really got to take this thing into the shop. Something on this thumb trigger is clicking something fierce. I'm also getting the rhythm incorrect in one of these measures. Need to work this part out as well, because it's a lot of it is actually just open, which is annoying. Excuse me. That's going to be a really good moment. That is going to be a really fun thing to perform. I want to do this at a recital. A collection of non-French horn pieces as performed by a French horn. And I think that's going to be a really cool piece. Part of the piece, rather. Okay. Honestly, with this, I feel much better about how it's worked out today at the moment. And we'll keep coming back to that, but that's some good work. Probably should do this trombone concerto as well. Let's do it, and let's do it with a metronome. Might as well. So it's in 4, and it's something like, I don't know, 120? No, it's actually very slow. Dun 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 dun. So we'll go like 75. That's even too fast. Dum bum 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 bum. Something like quarter 65 to 75, depending. Yeah. Not bad. Also, it's... I turned my air down. It's 80 degrees Fahrenheit. That's like 26.7 Celsius. Holy moly. Why is it so hot in this freaking studio? Actually, give me 1 second, chat, because just to make sure my AC is on. 2 seconds. What is that? I don't know. It says the house is set to 76, which it is set to. It sure don't seem to be. But maybe I don't know. That's weird. 80 degrees is death. It'll be about that later today. Dude, it was about 80 degrees at 8 o'clock this morning. Actually, not today. It's cloudy and it's supposed to rain today, and I'm so freaking excited. It's 88 right now. 88 right now with a high of 90 at 2. And then it's going to rain a little bit this afternoon, thank God. But yeah, we're at, not to give away my location or nothing, but like that's what we're looking at. Hotter than hail. It's hot as hail. That's almost a dang trill on the. It's a D to E, trigger 1 and 2. That's a pretty good one. I just stood and stretched, didn't know how much I needed that, dude. Let this be your reminder. Let this be your reminder. I used to wear an Apple Watch and it would tell you every hour to like stand up for a minute. If you hadn't, stretch break. Ooh, goodness, that's a great idea. Thank you, Professor. Even though I did just get up some and move around, a couple of horn twists, get the blood flowing. You know, I don't know if this is a thing, but oh, I do feel better. I feel much better. That was a great idea. My rag. Okay, so let's see real quick when we're in, while we're in cleaning up mode. Let's clean this up a little bit. I also need to write a cadenza. 2 cadenzas for the first and second movements. That's annoying. Or exciting? I don't know. I've never written a cadenza. like that. I really do. That is such a fun piece. And it's not that difficult, really. Like, in terms of technique, there's a lot of trills, which for an alto trombone is probably no big deal. You just, you know, little tricky for a horn. And especially, it's not like Mozart. Like, the Mozart concertos have, you know, a decent amount of trills, but usually they're on, like the big ones are like, for example, it's from C to D, so it's an easy, just like. For the most part, they're there. Some are a little lower, some are a little higher, but like that's like more than 50% of the trills in the Mozart concertos are that pitch. This one, you've got it on an E to F, which is a half step trill anyway, so it has to be fingered. You've got B flat to C, you've got C to D, you have C to D, you've got D to E, you've got D to E, B natural to C, which is half step, you've got C sharp to D, which is half step. So just a lot of different pitch. This one is written G to A. Apparently you're going to trill G to A. E to F, low octave instead of high octave. So like, it's not just the volume of trills, but like the variety of pitches upon which you're supposed to trill. That's pretty crazy. That's right. Half step trill, because we're in G minor at this point. To B flat, G minor. Hell yeah. I don't know how I would do a trill C sharp to D. Wait, maybe I do. definitely more to work on than the other, just because I haven't spent as much time on it, honestly. And it shows, but that's okay. Let's do, while I'm thinking about it, and we have less than 10 minutes of practice. This has been an excellent day of practice, you guys. Thank you all so much for hanging out. We're not over. We're not over, but just as an overarching general sort of thought, I really appreciate y'all hanging out with me. What is this? Oh, Bagatelle. You know what? While we're working on stuff, low stuff to end on, Herman Neuling's Bagatelle. Oh, jeez. Maybe the low stuff isn't working right now. Yo, welcome back. Excuse me. Welcome back, Empire. Oh, the longest A that you can play. All right. Excuse me. We will. Do you have a preference for octave? High, low, middle? I could do a few. Yeah, I forgot how to do it. Middle. Middle it is. All right. Technically, there's a high middle and low middle, but that's okay. I know. We'll do the middle. We'll do the middle. Let's see. As long as I can, huh? That was correct. That says 42 seconds, and I know it broke out a little bit. I was trying, my air was died off, and the buzz missed, but it's not too bad for a bit of a long tone. What do you call a French horn player? I don't think Horner is a good name. Yeah, I don't think. I think, for example. Yeah, I guess it doesn't have it. I think hornist. So if you go to Denise Tryon's website, her like bio and I guess stated profession is Denise Tryon hornist, is what I've heard. Horn player. I think I like hornist. I am an artist of the horn. I am a horn. Although Horner is kind of it's got some sauce too. A hornet. I could be Green Hornet. Hey, that's something, right? I could be a hornet. I'll be a nice, friendly hornet that doesn't sting, but instead plays a horn hornet. I will be a horn hornet. Oh, goodness. We like to have fun. All right. Okay. Since this is now the Green Horner. That's a good one. I do like that one. All right. End of practice for the afternoon. Let's warm down. Let us warm down. Do some low stuff. Nice bit of chromatic sequence down and relax and massage the chops. Reflect on a damn good day of practice. Holy camel, a hornet. Holy camel. I know that's right. There is water somewhere in this damn instrument. Well, some of it. All right. Okay, here we go. That last lowest note, I don't know if the camera picked it up. The microphone picked it up. That was actually an F1. An F1, the fundamental C of the horn. I don't get the meaning of green hornet. I know a hornet, which is an insect that stings. So if I'm remembering right, I think green hornet was like I think it's a DC superhero. The Green Hornet, a 2011 action crime film starring Seth Rogen, Cameron Diaz, Christoph Waltz, Edward James Olmos. Yeah, I was remembering. So it's a bad superhero movie. Let's see if Green Hornet. Yeah. What do you call a recorder player or an oud player or a reek player or a darbuka? I have no idea. I would say a splendid instrumentalist that that plays things I've never heard of. Theo Bly instrument. I play with a normal name is the only instrument the only instrument I play with a normal name is drum, and that works. Called him a musician. Exactly. Just a catch-all, just musician. That works for me. Did you enjoy it? I mean, it says 45% Rotten Tomatoes, 5.5 out of 10. I guess it's not as bad as probably I heard, but yeah, I don't. I never actually watched it. I just know from memes, and I think Reddit likes to dunk on it a lot. And Green Lantern, and basically any of the green superhero movies, I guess, are not good. But anyways, I got to get out of here, y'all, because I got to go and mud up my old kitchen, do some work before going back and baking some bread, some other stuff at my girlfriend's house. So that's going to do it for practice today. Thank y'all so much for hanging out, as always. I hope y'all have a great weekend. I'm going to turn the stream off when I'm done here. I'm going to remember to do that so that it's not going to be live all weekend. But it's I enjoy many things that people don't like. Dude, it's great for you to find, something redeemable in stuff that that the masses perhaps wouldn't. There's definitely and I'm kind of the same way. Like I enjoy things. I'm able to suspend my disbelief, just kind of turn my brain off, just like let things happen and enjoy, even if they're not objectively like the best or good, quote unquote. Like there is still virtue in having it produced. You know what I mean? But that's a whole other thing. I'm competent in 2 instruments. I'm decent in drum set and learning the oud, the recorder, and decent in the dude. I would say I could be an ouder or a darbuker, a reeker, and a recorderer, and a drummer. and an empire and a holy camel. Anyways, all right, I gotta get out of here. I'll see y'all later. Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll be back on Monday with more practice.